Mike Hernandez was a bueno vaquero, rode some good horses, California style. I watched him for hours and he showed me a little of the old California he knew for a while. Started young horses in Bosal y Fiador, onto the Touraine, the old Spanish Spain. Brought them along with two hands that were gentle, some fine reining horses as ever were.
Good morning, parents and friends of Grace Christian School. Welcome to the weekly roundup. It is hard to believe that we are in week 21 of the school year. This year is literally just flying off the shelf, and it's amazing the greatness that's happening this year and everything that's going on campus. It's so exciting to see all the kids. Welcome to the weekly roundup. I'm Sheriff P, and this is the show where we go through and we talk about all the amazing things that are taking place at Grace Christian School, things that are be coming up in the future, things that have happened in the past, and just a place where we can get to chat and visit with each other once a week. This show comes on every Wednesday about 9:15 to 9:30, and you can watch it live, or you can even watch it on replay on YouTube. If you're not a member of our page, I'm going to talk about this one other time, but subscribe to the page, and it gets you up-to-the-minute updates whenever we go live. I was asked, how come I don't follow a format where I always talk about COVID first, or I talk about re-enrollment? And why is it always switched up? And the reason for that is I know how busy life can be. Sometimes we jump in on a live show and the show's already been going for maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and you might always miss whatever that opening thing is. Or you watch only the first 10 minutes and our attention spans or our kids get to us or something and we go on to something else. So I always try to move the show around where you never know what I'm going to be talking about. So it's always important to watch the entire show so that you get the information. And my other goal is that if you only have limited time, if you watch the show maybe twice a month, that you're going to pick something up. But we do have a number of ways that we communicate with you each week. We do it through this weekly roundup. We have the news and notes that is emailed home every week. We have our website and we have our Facebook page. But those are just a few of the ways that we communicate. Looks like there's over 27 people watching the show. Welcome. And the first thing we're going to talk about today is COVID. And the reason for that is I just want, before I share this information, I want to thank all of you. Parents, you are doing a fabulous job. I meet with Christy 2 or 3 times a day to talk about COVID, and she says that you are doing a wonderful job of keeping your children home if they're sick. You're also doing a spectacular job of calling her and asking about scenarios or situations that you're facing, and you are doing a great job of keeping our entire school community safe. Now, even with everything that we do, masking, testing, precautions, people are still going to get sick. They're going to get sick with COVID. They're going to get sick with the flu. They're going to get sick with the cold or anything. Our goal is to do everything we can to keep us all healthy, keep us in school. Here was an interesting article that I talked about last week, and I was just going to share again because it did come out again in the New York Times about the overall numbers for COVID, that they're saying in Los Angeles, 2/3 of the children that they say are admitted to the hospital as a result of COVID were admitted for some other reason, and they just happened to test positive for that. We're also starting to find that that same information about the deaths of COVID from last year. So COVID is serious. If you get it, I pray for you. I know it's not a fun disease to go through, or virus, I should say, and I went through it myself, but we're going to continue to work together to keep each other safe and keep our kids in school, because I think that's what's so very important. Speaking of school and keeping our kids in school, enrollment is going on right now, and re-enrollment packets went home last week, and many of you are getting your packets turned in, and we're seeing a perfect flow. You're doing a great job of providing a workflow for all the people in the office. They're not all coming in at once, but we're starting to see classes get very close to all of the students right now have enrolled into the next year, so there may still be a waiting list for some families who are out there that want to come into the school. Sandy, good morning from Texas. It is so good to have you tune in. Those of you that know Sandy knows that she used to work for us in daycare for many, many years and moved out and retired in Texas. So Sandy, good morning. Howdy, this is the Western Roundup, and I guess it fits right in with San Antonio. So we are so glad that you could be on the show today, Sandy. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Texas. Back to re-enrollment. It's very important that you get your enrollment forms turned in. This secures your spot. It also allows you, if you have other siblings in the household who aren't currently enrolled in Grace, like they want to come into preschool, or you have a child who's not in preschool but at home and you want them to get enrolled into kindergarten, this is the time to do it because it will ensure that they are enrolled at Grace Christian School. And we don't want to lose any of our current families because they missed the cutoff date. And that goes through the end of the month, January 31st. On February 1st, when we come back in, we will be accepting people from the waiting list. And I know Selena has a waiting list right now, and we're also averaging about 5 phone calls a day of people wanting information and wanting packets so that they can go on the waiting list. So I don't want to harp on this, but I just want to remind you, forewarned is forearmed, and we continue to do the greatness here at Grace Christian School, partnering with you and developing tomorrow's leaders. You know what comes every year on February 14th? Valentine's Day. And you know what guys are doing every year on February 13th? We are searching for something to get our loved ones for Valentine's Day. We've taken the hassle out of that for you. A couple of years ago, we introduced the C's Chocolate fundraiser. It was meant to be as a convenience factor, which it really has turned into, and we're getting a lot of people who are really excited about this. And we're seeing orders come in every day, and we want to remind you to follow the link if you want. This is an easy way that you can have chocolates delivered to a loved one. And in the process, it also helps the school. Hey, Kristen Mason is watching, and she says, good morning. I'll be sure to be one of the first parents to enroll in February and praying my daughter is able to attend Kinder the following year. Kristen, we are looking forward to having your daughter here. We are praying, too, that there will be a spot for her, and I know your packets are here, and that we always have some openings for kindergarten that first day of enrollment. So we will be definitely looking forward to having you and your kids on campus. You will be a great addition to the Grace Christian School family again. So Kristen, thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. But the C's Chocolate thing, Barbara has sent home emails to everybody. There's a link there, and fill that out if you want to send chocolate to a loved one. And it's January. You could do that today, and you have yourself all situated for February 14th, and it gets delivered before the 14th, so you will be getting kudos for the week leading right up to Valentine's Day. But anyway, we put that out there for you. The next thing I want to talk to you about is really, really exciting. It's kind of like been a year that we have been talking about that, and that is the playground in the preschool kindergarten TK yard. Last year we did a Roadrunner ride in preschool, and that's where they bring their bicycles and everything like that. And their goal was to help raise money to start a playground project. And after the ride, we went through, started getting bids, and because of supply chain issues and everything, it's taken a little longer than we anticipated. But the program now is well underway, and you are seeing things happen and results take place. The old structure was taken down, and you can see from the picture here, that's the new structure. It is completely finished, so phase 1 is done. The new structure with the shade over the top has been installed. The second phase is removing that old shed that is on the kindergarten TK preschool playground. That will be coming off over the next 2.5 weeks, and a new shed is being built on the other side of the fence, which is going to give us more play area for all of our kids. So that's phase 2. And then phase 3, which should be taking place right about 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks, we are going through and we are putting in all new AstroTurf under all of our structures. It's something really cool that I saw at a playground. I was like, how do they have grass under all of these things? There's the fall zones and everything that you have to account for. Well, anyway, they have new AstroTurf that is built in with impact fall zones that's going to go through that entire area. It's going to keep it clean, and it's going to be wonderful for the kids. We've already got that all situated, and that'll be about a 1.5 week project where they'll be working on that. And then we'll see beautiful AstroTurf underneath all of our structures with great fall zones under our slide, under our play area, and under the awnings there. So the kids are really going to appreciate that. Sandy says, awesome, much needed changes. Yes, they are. And things cost money, and the fundraiser from the Roadrunner Ride is really taking care of helping pay for that. And let me just give you another tip. After the AstroTurf goes in, then we're going to be following up with the next phase, which will be slurry sealing the asphalt in the playground and repainting that. And we're also looking at a new canopy over the lunch tables out on the playground area there. So lots of great changes. The way we're able to do that is because of your help, parents, and the Roadrunner Ride is a way to do that. Is all the sand going away, Rachel? Yes, all that sand under the sand thing is going away, but we are going to be bringing in what's called sand tables and water tables that the boys and girls are going to be able to utilize. And it's going to make it a lot cleaner there. It'll eliminate a lot of slips and falls that we have when the kids start to run on the side or the sand gets up on the play structures. But we're still going to have sand so they can continue to develop and play with that. But yes, that's what's happening there. But back to the Roadrunner Ride. That's coming very soon. There's a chance for the kids to earn prizes. This flyer went home to all of our preschoolers, and I have talked to a few preschoolers who are already starting to decorate their bicycles and their rides. It's a country theme, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It says, Rachel's comment is perfect, and I concur with this wholeheartedly. That's great. My kids bring home half of the playground sand in their shoes every day. You couldn't be more right about that. And the facilities team is going to be so happy because the sand that doesn't end up in your house, Rachel, it ends up in the carpet in the classrooms. And our facilities team, they do a great job. They're vacuuming up sand, and the sand kills the beater bars on the vacuum cleaners. It wrecks the bands and everything. So we are going to have a way so they can play with sand and get that important development, but also keep the playground clean. We also looked into wood chips in case some of you might be asking about that. But a number of schools that we talked to had a big, huge splinter issue with wood chips. They had vermin issues with wood chips. And so the AstroTurf seemed to be the best of all worlds. And it's just going to be so clean, so nice for the kids to play out there and move on. So Rachel, yes, I concur wholeheartedly with you on the sand. But parents in preschool, this is your time to shine with the Roadrunner Ride. The kids that are decorating their rides, it's a fun time. We also televise the Roadrunner Ride for all of our parents to see. And this year we're going to have parents out to see the Roadrunner Ride. So if you're a preschool parent, you're going to get a chance to come see that firsthand with your boys and girls, and it is going to be an exciting time. Guess what? We have been back from school break, but we are going to get an opportunity to honor Martin Luther King next Monday. A wonderful man. We are going to take the day off on the 17th. I think it is the 17th of January to honor his birth date. And it's a community celebration day. Everybody tries to do and utilize that day to give back to community, recognize your neighbors of every color and creed, and just come together and really celebrate the day. So Martin Luther King is next Monday, and we are taking that day off, so there will be no school. Debbie, good morning. A little late to the part. It doesn't matter if you're late or not. You are here, and we are so happy to see you. Thanks for joining in, Debbie. We have 50 other viewers right now watching the weekly roundup, and I'm sure you'll be able to catch the rest of it on replay. But Debbie, welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly roundup. Hey, you know what? We have an amazing team here at Grace Christian School, and we'd like you to be part of our team. We need some kitchen workers, and we are going to need some playground workers coming up here. We always have the opportunity to try to fill positions in advance, and we'd love you to be part of the Grace Christian School family. So if you are interested in being part of our kitchen help, serving all the kids and getting a chance to see your child every day, or if you'd like to help in the playground, these are paying positions, please reach out to us in the office. And Sharon Webb will talk to you if you're interested in kitchen, and Mr. John Garius will talk to you if you're interested in being a playground supervisor. We're very flexible on the hours with playground supervisors, and if you want time for like a Bible study in the morning, with kitchen is a perfect spot. You know, you can do Bible study in the morning, come in, work your kitchen shift, and have the rest of the afternoon off. And whenever we don't have school, the kitchen's closed, or whenever there's minimum days. So 2 positions that are out there. We'd love for you to reach out to the office at 714-761-5200. Let us know if you're interested. We'd love to have you on the Grace Christian School team and being a part of all the wonderful things that happen here every day. YouTube, that's what you're watching right now. You're watching our YouTube channel, and this is where we give you the weekly roundup every week. We give you important announcements or breaking news if something happens, like when the electricity went out, or when there were fires last year, or that was basically 2 years ago, and we couldn't go out on the playground, or if electricity goes down, we're able to use our generators and get out to you. Now, we ask you to subscribe to our channel. That's just a matter of hitting subscribe, and that lets you know when we have new things coming on. If you ring the bell, there's a little bell there. You ring that bell, it's going to notify you whenever we go live. So you will have information up to the minute, and you will be right there. And you'll also be able to provide comments like the rest of our parents do. And you get a chance for me to answer them right there and be part of our Roundup community. So it's great to have all you buckaroos out there. Who thought you'd be called buckaroos as parents, huh? Anyway, also we have our website, gcsrr.org. That's gcsrr.org. And we have all of our communications there, our news flashes, our news and notes, and a link to our YouTube channel there. So that's an easy site to remember. You can get there on the web or through your phone browser. I forgot to mention, it's funny how this just popped to me as we're talking, that our opening picture was Kara, a 3rd grader, and Kara was there riding her pony, spinning her pony. And that brings me up to the next thing, is if you want to be highlighted in a weekly show and riding your pony, send us your pictures at roundup@gcsrr.org. That's roundup@gcsrr.org, and we will do our best to have you on the opening shots of the show riding your horse. Now, it doesn't have to be just riding a horse. If you're milking a cow, you're with chickens, or you're out in nature. We had one of our students feeding a deer, another student with chickens, all types of stuff, just really celebrating the country type theme. But make sure you send those pictures to us, and we will try to get them in. Parents, a lot going on. We are so glad that you tuned in. I can't thank you enough again for keeping your kids home if they're sick. It's working perfectly, and we're open. We're running, and we're doing everything. If you have any COVID questions, don't forget to reach out to Christy O'Rue at Christy's COVID Corner. You can email her at korue, O-R-U-E, at gcsrr.org, and she will answer your questions. Or you can call the school at the number I provided earlier, and she'll be happy to help you. Parents, that concludes it. I hope you had a cup of coffee or something while you're watching the show. If you're driving and you're listening, I hope you're getting to your destination safely. To the 45 people that are tuning in right now, thank you so much for watching the whole show. I greatly appreciate it. And parents, like I've said before, we truly consider it an honor to partner with you to develop tomorrow's leaders. The future of our great country is enrolled here at Grace Christian School, and I know each of our students are going to be making a godly difference in our country one day. So parents, thank you very much. Until we see each other down the trails, have a wonderful day, and I pray that God continues to bless you and your families. See you later, parents, families, loved ones.
Got a bitty, not a bitty, not a bitty, 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 about a gun, bitty, woody, $5 soul, and $150.